hills. They are called Gog and Magog, and they can get out on no side. King Alexander drove them there, for he intended to shut them up with the work of his men. So where is this wall when you put on the continents? When you look for the gates of Alexander, Alexander is supposedly Alexander the Great. He sure doesn't look Macedonian to me. In other versions it is Du al-Qarnayn, building the wall with the help of the jinn. Who is this enemy they are terrified of? The Jews of the 10 lost tribes. So they are locked up with their snake god, the demiurge, Q, Quetzalcoatl. Where would this wall be? Are we talking the Chinese wall? Locking people up, building a wall. I wonder whose side Trump is on. The 10 tribes were locked up behind a wall. Well, there is something strange about this wall. These 2 tribes were not locked up. And what about Gog and Magog? Are these 2 Judah and Benjamin, or Gog and Magog? Yuri Gagarin, Radio Gaga, Mr. Gaga, Google. And we all know this one. Let's go back to London. One of my viewers said, "Hey, I thought you found Yahweh in New York, in the St. Nicholas Church." Well, he's right. But let's take a look at the map. So it all starts in London with the first Industrial Revolution. Then we have New York, and we have the American Digital Revolution. So now we have the third revolution in Wuhan, the 5G revolution. Huawei sounds like Yahweh. And the distance between New York and Wuhan is on my map exactly the same, and it also sounds the same. So it is my guess that several stones are being used to install the grid. Somewhere in Wuhan there has to be a similar pattern. Another tip from a viewer: take a look at the word Betilus. Betilus are sacred stones that were supposedly endowed with life or gave access to a deity. And when you take a look at a Roman coin, it sure looks like a Benben stone to me. Here we have the meaning of the word: Bet-El, house of God. This reminds me, of course, of Bethlehem, the connection with the Christ, the Beetle, the Beatles, or Beetlejuice. You have the monarch, the archon, sitting on the black Benben stone. And another viewer said, "Hey, what about Macron, the M archon, le maudit prince, the Ba and the Ka, the M Urkel?" So I thought, well, what about Marconi, Guglielmo Marconi, another Gugu? And that brings us to radio waves. Remember, organic life is doubling or mirroring. Remember this pattern? 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 2 is 4. Always doubling itself. That gave us this symbol, the Greek letter Phi or Fa. As I was looking at the word radio wave, I came to the conclusion that the V and the W are actually in the word wave. So the word is describing the pattern. and wave is the Roman version of